Well, today is a woodland photography day. Very wet at the moment. In fact, we have about, I think, forecast something like 2 weeks worth of rain. But yeah, so I've decided to come into a commercial woodland. Actually, it's part deciduous and part conifer woodland. But anyway, I've been walking around for quite a while now, struggling, if I'm honest, to find something to photograph. But I've eventually found this nice little fungus here, and yeah, while walking along, it really stood out. It stood out from the rest of the greenery. I'll be honest, I'm not a massive fan of photographing in woodlands in summer. It's really hard to sort of find compositions within the chaos of the trees. It is sometimes an issue, but anyway, so I'm shooting with a 100mm macro lens, and I'm just starting off with a bit of a simple shot. It's very straightforward. I'm just focusing on the front of the fungi itself. This is a yellow stag's horn fungi, I think. They're a bit tricky to capture because they're very jelly-like, and they don't have much in the way of texture. So it's really the shape and the colour that attracts my attention. So today I've got a polarising filter, because it's so wet. I want to cut down the glare as much as possible. To be honest, that shot doesn't really do a lot for me. It's more of a record shot than anything else. Right, I think I'll move on and see if I can find something else a little bit further along the trail. Oh, this looks interesting. Like to just a shot, I'll just focus just on the fern here. Might make a decent shot. The water's not ideal. Quite fast flowing, so it tends to be white, but even so, it might be a good shot here. Okay, so spotted this little composition here by this beck, and while I think I would have preferred the water darker behind, I think this fern just in front of the stream running under makes quite a nice shot. Now ideally I would do a really slow shutter speed here and have nice blurred water, because I find that would make it less distracting in the background. Unfortunately the fern's moving around too much, so I can't manage that. But even so, I think this might be quite a nice shot. So here we go. So I'm just exploring this little bit of, this is sort of more mature commercial pine here, but lots of nice clearings between the trees. There's plenty of space for mushrooms to come up, and they're easy to see. And under this lovely little beech tree here, little purple mushrooms, and there's a few just over by this tree here as well, and there's some over there. In fact, there's quite a few mushrooms about for the summer. Anyway, there you go. So I'm going to give these a try and see if I can find one that's in a good position. There's one certainly on a piece of moss over there that I think is probably going to be the best one. Well, this is the next shot, though. It is going to be a portrait shot, so the next thing to do is pop it into portrait. Basically, as I'm doing here, I'm just recording the close-up of this beautiful purple fungi here. There's quite a few about. one or two single ones, and there's a few being trampled, pulled up probably by all these squirrels that are feeding around here. Anyway, yes, this is the next shot. Right, so obviously this is the shot of this deceiver mushroom. What I'm going to do is going to use my torch and going to sidelight the mushroom for fungi, and you'll see the effect shortly. It's really good. So you're underexposed by quite a bit, and then add a little bit of side lighting. You can do the same with a reflector if you want. Okay, moving on. The sun's come out now, which is a bit of a pain. I'm sure there'll be another shower along eventually, but yeah, the sun's come out and it's brought the flies out as well, unfortunately, which is a bit of a pain. But anyway, morning aside, it's still a good day for photography. It's certainly better than being indoors, isn't it? As you can see, I've got this close-up of a plant called Herb Robert, and I'm going to make this the next subject. So it's only a tiny little plant, you can see it down there. The problem I've got at the moment is the wind's moving it, so that's what I'm waiting for, just for things to settle down, which they seem to be doing. I hate midges, in my eyes and everywhere. Anyway, for this shot, I'm going to I took a standard shot and just got the actual stamens as the focus, and they're the sharpest. And then I've took a shot with the petals, fairly sharp, and then I've took a mid shot, and so I've got 3 midges, and the plan is perhaps to blend them when I get back home. I'm currently shooting at 800 ISO. Oh, so midges, brewing things, get out of it. Oh, they're enough to drive you crazy. They really are. The joys of photography in the in the summer. There you have it. Are you itching yet? I am. Right, that's it. Normally I would spend a lot more time there checking the background and try to make sure there was no distractions or white bits or whatever in the... Oh, here we go, another fly this time on the lens. Right, time to move on. So while heading back to the car after being attacked by the midges, it's slightly breezier here, and as I was passing, I realised that all this rain we've been having has put the beck in flood. It's the first time I've seen this much water running over. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. So I'm going to stop off. This is the last shot of the day, or the last couple of shots of the day, and I'm going to get a couple of sort of fairly straightforward record shots. This first shot is fairly straightforward. I've just popped on a 06 ND filter. I've popped that on f14 so I can just keep the shutter speed up, and I've got a shutter speed of 8 seconds, so if you look at the bottom of the pool where the water's going round, it's quite foamy. I'm not sure whether that's pollution or whether it's natural from what runs off the moors, because the water appears quite brown here, but it's peat sediment that's in it, so they're heavy with tannins, the waters that run off the Pennines here. But anyway, yeah, this is going to be the first shot of this waterfall that's in flood. Yeah, I like that. I'm finding there's a tree here that's very annoying, but there's not much I can do about that, I don't think. Right, so for this next shot, I've put the tree a little bit further left in the frame. Hopefully it's a slightly better composition in the sense of the green tree's not as dominant in the frame. Okay, so took a series of pictures, some zoomed in slightly, some portrait, and then some wide angle shots as well. Yeah, I'm quite happy with them, really. Absolutely amazing sight today. I've just realised as well I've not filmed this waterfall here before in the summer. It's normally just a bit of a trickle, so yeah, I'm really pleased. Excellent reason for coming out photographing in a woodland in the rain. You get wonderful sights like this. So anyway, that's it for today. If you could like and subscribe as ever, that would be great, and we'll see you next time.